I'm gonna wind this sucker up. It does have an eerie sound. It is a big mower, and it makes a lot of noise. So actually, it's not that bad. It sounds pretty good, even compared to the other one, but it is louder. So there you go. Okay, so I decided to stop and check the conditioner. It was doing real good on the alfalfa. It was busting the stems up good. But I'm using my filler gauge here, which is a piece of orchard grass. But I'm just using it to test the gap. And it is snug in there. So you want resistance when you try to stick a piece of grass through it. And I do have that, so that's good. And the alfalfa is a little bit bigger, so I guess that's why it was conditioning it a little better. I think I may turn the roll pressure up just a little. It's about midways. Don't have a lot of pressure on it. Give it a few rounds there. You can adjust your roll gap by these. You lift this up off of that, and then you turn that. So it's pretty simple to change your roll gap if you need to. Now the main thing is you don't want them touching, but you want them running really close together. So they set that up at the dealer, and they did a good job. But this thing's pretty awesome, really. It does its job well. And I like the way my windrow's out really wide. So I like that the rollers are really wide. The older machines, the older 13-foot machines had a much narrower rollers. And you had more towers, and it fed the hay over from the sides and bunched it up on the sides more. But this one does not do that. So anyway, I'm gonna keep mowing a little bit. And we'll put y'all back here. Another thing I want to talk about is this hay. I'm not real proud of this hay this year. I've showed you other years where I've had orchard grass this high, May the 23rd. Today is May the 20th. And is that right? Yeah, today's May the 20th. And I got orchard grass just above my knee. Now there are spots it's better than that. I mean, this is as thin as I've seen this right here in a long time. It's terrible. Right here some it's a little better. It's up to my belt line, but I want y'all to look at this seed head right here. It's can you see that it's black? And this black, but the cold weather, frost, got frostbite. This is the first week we've been out of the 30s in the mornings in quite some time. So the hay, it's just been so cold. I don't think it's going to grow anymore. That's why I'm cutting it. I think that it's got bit on top, and I don't think it's going to do anything. So I'm just going to cut it off and pray for a better second cutting. So it's just not, it's very disappointing. Now the alfalfa field up there I showed y'all, I don't know if it's this video or it'd be in this video or the one before this, when I was mowing in the dark, that alfalfa up there, best crop of alfalfa and orchard grass I've ever had. The orchard grass up there was 43 inches tall. So don't know why it done so well and this didn't. I mean, most all the fields I have, the orchard grass is short, and typically I don't have that problem unless it's weather related. Oh, and it's also very dry right now. It's typically, we have a lot of rain in the spring. No, not this time, which I'm okay with. I'm tired of such wet weather. just got the camera off the mower, so I'm lining her back up again. You don't realize how many times you have to get it out of the tractor. It takes a lot more time to video than it does just come out here and mow. But it's worth it, I guess. It's a lot of fun to make the videos. So I know some people don't get the laying it real wide thing. I know a lot of people like the windrow as they mow, but if you lay it wide, you actually dry down a lot faster, especially if you're not going to head the same day. The more surface area hay that sees the sun, the faster it's going to dry down. But some people say, well, you're running over your hay then. Well, it actually dries better where you run over it. It's been proven in studies. Some people will actually run a roller over their hay and mash it down flatter so it'll dry faster. And the reason it does dry faster where you run over it is because the sun will only dry it down about 3/4 of an inch into the windrow. So the thinner you lay the windrow, the better. Now when you run over it, you mash the windrow flatter, which allows, it still dries 3/4 of an inch in, but the windrow's laying flat, so it dries more hay in that particular area because it's compressed together. You would think where it's compressed it wouldn't dry, but it does. Now, the only exception to that is if you run over it and you're in mud, and it can't spring back up onto the stubble, then yes, it can cause an issue. But as long as the ground is fairly dry, it don't have to be completely dry, but you know, you don't, if you're not miring up in the mud and mashing hay down in the mud, then running over it's not going to hurt it. It actually dries faster where the tracks are. So I've always thought that, but I finally found someone that had researched that and confirmed what I was thinking about it. So I never seen where it hurt anything. I always thought it done fine where I run over it. Of course, I always head the next day also. So the name of the game for what I'm doing, I got to get it as dry as I can, and I live in the east, so in the southeast, so that's you got to run a tedder. You got to do it as fast as you can because it's always hot, or it's not always hot, but it's always humid here. Here in the mountains, it's actually a little cooler than it is a lot of places, but the humidity here is normally high, and there's always a high chance of thunderstorms, so you're always in a rush to do everything that's hay related. But anyway, I think I've talked and rambled on long enough about hay and mowing and everything else I can think of, so I guess we'll talk to y'all later. I hope you have a good one, and I guess I'll be here enjoying my new mower. See y'all later.